Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Eve. This is Everyday Artist and welcome. This is Rogue, who I woke up from a nap. You want to go back and nap? Okay. The dogs both had to be outside for a few hours this morning. We were having work done on the house and it is over 100. It was close to 100 at 7 o'clock this morning. Yeah, don't we love Phoenix? So they're still hot and they're very tired because we had workmen in the house and then the bug guy came. So then they had to bark at him. And in the process somewhere I lost a magnet and I have been searching for it everywhere on the back of a needle minder. I've looked under the couch, I've looked under the coffee table, I've looked under the chair here, I have looked and I am so scared. So as soon as I'm done filming, I'll be looking again until I find it. I mean, it could have, I heard it hit the floor. It could have gone, you know, anywhere, but it's likely right here near where I stitch, so I'll be looking again, but I'll see if I can get my eagle eye son to help me find it. Well, I'm here to talk to you about my stitching and my crochet, and this is the day that I have all of my stitching from Flosstube Frenzy, which I only kind of sort of do. Anyway. I also have a new project bag that I sewed. It's not in the Etsy shop yet. It will be later this afternoon or tomorrow morning. But I love it. This is metallic. Look at that. I liked this fabric that when I bought the fabric last time, and I should have gotten it then because I kept thinking about it and I went back and got some more. And I'm going to have 3 just like this. I only made 1 so far. So, oh, sorry. I know that made a loud bang, and I apologize for that. Now, I have not done a lot of work on my little flower pot. I finished all of the little petals on the big petals, and I finished rimming 3 of them with the dark pink, and I finished rimming 2 with the light pink. Yeah. I haven't gotten anywhere else because I have been crocheting on something else. Now my niece's birthday was at the end of April, and I didn't send her anything, and I said, well, you know, what do I want to give her? And I wanted to make her something. I might end up making her a top or something instead because this is not working out at all. I found this. It's a little water bottle. She likes to go bird watching and stuff like that, and I thought, you know, something to carry your water bottle, that would be nice. So I saw this, and it goes into this, and I said, how hard could it be? Well, I just now realized I'm putting the handle on wrong. I'm looking at that picture. Fortunately, one of them is only barely on, so I can get it off. But this is where I am. One handle and the mesh, which did not come out as good as I'd hoped, but I did it as close to the instructions as I thought I could. And then in order for it to work correctly, you have to put it inside out, and then stuff everything in here. And it doesn't really fit. I mean, in the picture it shows like it fits really well. But, and I still have one more handle to make. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Is that silly? And it's open like this. There's a little thing I'm supposed to make to where you can hang it on something like a keychain or something like that. I don't know. It looked good when I saw the ad. It does look like a seashell. It looked more like a seashell before I sewed the front and the back together, so maybe I sewed the front and the back together too far in. I thought I did it the way they said. So, yeah, I'm not real happy. And I spent several days on this. I'd rip it out and I'd put it back in, and I'd rip it out and I'd put it back in, and I'd rip it out. It was a thing. So anyway, I worked some more on Rolis, little hedgehog, and I didn't get very far. My days have been, I don't know, crazy. Did you see his little foot, his little hand, his hair? He's starting to look like a little hedgehog. You know, and I'll work on him some more another time. And I have done 3 days so far on Cobblestone Castle. For me to have a whole day to stitch has been a trial, so I've almost got this pumpkin done. I'm not gonna get very far if I can't stitch longer than that, and I had a medication change, and I think that that's the cause of it, but I am so tired all the time. Well, plus I don't sleep, but I've never slept ever in my life. So I think that that's the cause of it, but I just, for lack of a better word, I just pass out in the middle of the day and sleep for a few hours. And that cuts down on my stitching time in a major way. Plus there's been a lot of errands and things like that, and it just, like, I didn't stitch all day. And that's frustrating. Like so far, can stitch, but for a few minutes in the morning. Now here's my temperature chart. It has not shown the latest temperatures. We've already had temperatures of 109, but this doesn't show it. This just shows up to last Thursday, where it's starting to heat up. It's because we filmed on Friday and I just did the temperatures up until Thursday, because I had a full day on Friday, so I didn't have time to stitch. I didn't have to do anything. So, yeah, it's a thing. That's just the way life is. Sometimes, you know, you get time to stitch and sometimes you don't. I did a new start. This is my WIPGO new start. This is Art Deco Autumn. And I did a middle start, and I think I'm working on this leaf. It's not much of a start, as Pam of Just Keep Stitching says. It's a BS start. Barely started start. Can't finish if you don't start. So now, I did not work on this as much as I would have liked. I've, stitched on it a few minutes every day, but not a long time, and it really does take a long time. So I'm not very much further than what I was. But it'll get there eventually. It'll get there. And I didn't show this last week. I just forgot. Murder in the Garden by Hands On Design. I've got almost 1/4 done. I think the bird is so cute. I love it. I just decided to just go ahead and finish this up as much as I can, not the back stitching, but finish it up, and then I'll move on to another one, and I'll finish that, and then I'll move on to over here where I haven't even finished the green, because I was just getting so sick of green. So I may go back and work on just the green for a little while, but I don't know. I'm kind of enjoying working with other colors. My last regular cross stitch is CrazzyStitch We Do Geek. I'm getting close, and I don't know. I'm afraid I keep measuring it, and it says, no, you have room, but I'm afraid. So I have another letter in red. And then with my Flosstube frenzy, I have mini Snowman Snuggles. And this is where I am. You can see the branches coming, for the pine cones. You can see them starting to form. So that's nice. I work on that when Stitching Mommy does a video, and she talks about the typewriter method or the diagonal method or anything. And I'm not doing any method. I'm just doing stitches. I get a thread and I do them until I can't find any more of that color that I can reach. It's probably not very practical, but that's the way I do it. Now, during stitching with the Housewives, I stitch on and tell them a good night. And I'm almost done with that third house. I'm thinking another month and that third house will be done, and I'll be working on another reindeer. Now, none of them have cheeks. There's little pink cheeks that are supposed to be in Santa Claus and all of the reindeer. But I figure I'd wait until I got the last reindeer done. And during the runner stitcher, I work on Silent Night by stitching with the Housewives. This is where I am. So I started putting in blue on the flowers, thinking about not flowers, snowflakes. Thinking about starting Santa Claus next. And the runner stitcher has been doing a lot of extras. I'm not stitching during those. I'm not counting those because I don't want to watch him. He's doing a mystery full coverage piece, and I'm just not. I'm not going to watch that, so I'm sure it's fine. He's just trying to do something fun, but I'll wait for his regular videos. This is hands-on design. There's a hare in my garden. Her first of the big awesome produce. I don't do a lot of the extras. If they have an extra and it's just like a flip through like Helen did, I don't count that because I'm trying to work on the other projects too, and lately my stitching time has been not good, so. Then I do TinyModernist, Cute Crocodile. I had hoped to be done with this by now. I am not, but I am close. And the last one is Americana Blues by Erica Michaels. I'm doing the pillow. I added white and I'm doing it on red so that it's red, white, and blue. I'm thinking I'm going to put, it's supposed to say just 1776. I'm thinking I'm going to put 1776 to 2026, but I have to figure the 2026 out, and map it out. That is everything. Lots of projects, very short video. I wasn't trying to rush or anything. I'm just really tired. They came this morning, supposed to be between 7 and 8. It was closer to 8, but I had to be up and ready, and dogs already gone to the bathroom, and all that stuff before they got here. So yeah, I'm very tired. Anyway, that is everything for today. Thanks for listening. I hope you guys are having a great May, and happy stitching. Bye.